How are you going to edit this? It's all like you're talking from one thing, jumping to another, yeah?
People here don't believe you're 62. Wow.
Taking? ये सब आप record कर रहे हो? अरे बाप रे, don't say all this, man. I'll get
So Taylor Swift वाला. मैं clap करूँ मुझे. Okay. The first question that I want to ask you is, shit वो part record होता तो बहुत मजा आता, which was, how was Shankar Ehsaan Noorani formed? But no, I'm not.
Wikipedia.
Huh?
That's on Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's on Wikipedia. Or why did you leave it 20 times?
Yeah. That is.
We'll go beyond those stories, and I want to know how come that streak of yours, जिसमें all the albums have such a huge recall. You're in so much constraint of the movie, of the labels and the directors. Then how are you ensuring to create a successful album with that kind of recall?
First of all, I mean, the song is all about the melody, according to us, actually. Now, the thing is that all three of us, mainly Law and I, actually, and Shankar to some extent, come from an advertising background where we had to compose like catchy melodies all the time. And that was very difficult because, in 30 seconds, you have to go from Mughal times to prehistoric times to modern times. It's a very tough thing to do. But you have to still be imaginative about what kind of music you'll create for that. So the thing is that when we started composing for films, starting with Das, Mukul said that, I'm very happy working with you all because you all come from an advertising background. You'll have got, number one, great ideas for production in terms of, how you produce a thing with all kinds of modern elements.
Right.
And the other thing is that you all can write good melodies. Because that's what you'll do. That's what you have to do. And we've written some melodies even now for jingles and all, which are iconic. Stuff like Cadbury's Perk, Kabhi Zindagi Lage Bhari. Kabhi Zindagi Lage Bhari, Kabhi Lagti Halki Halki. Lots of, there's so many, all the Fair and Lovely ones. That melody is mine, which I've composed. Lots of stuff, yeah.
Which is the one for Fair and
Lovely? Na. That melody I've composed. Yeah. So, there's a lot of melody. I can't even now first recall.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on.
Have you created any melody for these cold drinks?
We did a whole lot of Pepsi commercials at that time in the late 80s.
Dil Maagi More era.
Yeah, the Dil Maagi More time when Shah Rukh Khan gets stuck in the car with the dog outside and the petrol pump. All those. We did a lot. In fact, in 1 week, we composed for Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Right.
Back to back.
Right.
Which are like two majorly opposing brands.
Yes.
It's been that way. So that thing is there. Now the point is that you're not only doing, you're doing those kind of jingles and all, but you're also doing emotional stuff. All the family kind of stuff. So then you learned how to get that kind of emotion in such a short space, 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Right. So that's the same thing that we brought to film. And I must say, even Rahman comes from an advertising background.
Right.
I've met him in the studio when he used to do jingles, when he was called Dilip, when his name was Dilip. So that kind of thing, we always made sure with the three of us that we always put that kind of work into it so that the melody would be different, 2, the recall will be fantastic, and 3, the emotion would be correct.
Because we were talking about ads, I have this genuine question. Are we not listening to ads? Are they not becoming as iconic as they used to be?
No, they're not, because the whole scene has changed. The whole marketing scene has changed. The whole involvement of the client, everything's changed. That time, the filmmakers and the creative people were like when you worked with Prahlad Kakkar and all these guys were famous guys. Mahesh Mathai, Shumantra Ghoshal, those guys were stars.
Right.
Sham Benegal.
Yes.
All these guys, they all made ad films as well, and they were like superstars. Saying, oh man, they're doing a thing. We've got to trust them, and trust the music which comes with it.
Right. I also read that you've spoken somewhere that it gave you more freedom than movies at times. The ad work.
Yeah, because the thing is that I'll tell you something. We sometimes compose a Hindi song, and sometimes mostly like the song is like done in a day. Sometimes you're doing an advertising commercial for 30 seconds, and that may take 2 days. Because it's so detailed, it's difficult. It's not an easy thing to do, but it puts you right on the edge.
Right.
Puts you right on the edge. Right. I was just thinking today that now we work with YouTube and so many viewers and all that. That time you heard an album and you heard the song.
Right.
You heard the song. You didn't connect it with this thing. Of like how many views and this thing kind of.
Right.
So it worked on a very different level because then you were hearing that music all the time.
Right. How would you know your song is viral in that era?
Let me put it this way, you know, and I've spoken about this many times, the magical experience. The music of Bunty or Bubbly released on midweek, Wednesday or something like that. Friday, it released about 2-3 weeks earlier. The film released on a Friday. I went to Delhi on a Friday evening for some work. I came back on Sunday evening and I was getting out of Santa Cruz airport. The Shadi band was playing Kajra. When I heard that, I said, this has to be a hit.
Done.
You know, if the Shadi band's already playing it, that means it's massive.
Which reminds me, Kajra has this iconic guitar piece, which people... It's just... Because there's so much happening in that song, you don't realize... Have you played that?
Which is the I composed that.
Yeah.
I composed that on
which
guitar.
Instrument?
And it's played with a whole bunch of things. It has mandolin, there's some other stuff. Which,
But the vibe is very nukkad.
Yeah. That's the whole idea. Even the words, Sur mein se likhe tere baatein and all, it's all very, you know, very, very... a time of music that used to exist in India very, very strongly.
I really want you to hold the guitar and, you know, maybe show us few riffs. And I would probably guess what those riffs are, if only if you like. But मैं जब ये string change करवा रहा था, तो I told that guy in Bangalore, Ehsaan sir might play this. He didn't believe me. इसका life बन गया यार guitar का.
You know, I'll tell you what, one of my first forays into composing in a Bollywood style was... I don't know if I'm allowed to mention brands and all that. It's okay?
You can.
There was a soap called Breeze, which is available, I think, even now. And I remember Vinod Rathore sang the jingle. And the melody was, you know, Teri gulabon si komalta, Teri gulabon si komalta, madhosh kiye jaye. Naya Breeze. And when I did that song, these guys, all the agency guys, they came in and heard it. The first thing they said, shook my hand saying, Ehsaan Ji. They started calling me Ehsaan Ji from
because of this.
Because, you know, and the thing is that even Vinod Rathore, who's like a hardcore Bollywood singer.
Yes.
He's saying, sir, जो आप compose कर रहे हो, वो मतलब कि पूरी Bollywood style मतलब कि fit होती है. जैसे मतलब अलग सी है जरा, क्योंकि आपकी composition अलग है. मगर ये गाना बन सकती है, you know. So I said, I didn't know that, you know, I had that ability to compose, you know, in Hindi that way. Because the thing is that I grew up listening to the radio. My mom had the radio on all the time. So, you know, all the old songs, you know, were playing 24 hours practically.
I've been very fond of Hemant Kumar and
very,
Aradhana.
Very, very much. Aradhana is my favorite album and Hemant Kumar is
Which is your favorite
composer.
Which is your favorite Hemant Kumar? Aradhana?
There's a song, there's a film that he did called Anupama. And there's a song on that called Kuch Dil Ne Kaha, which is sung by Lata ji. Beautiful. One of the most beautiful songs. You hear the orchestration, all like fit into any kind of modern composing and that kind of thing. He's an excellent musician.
Right. You were also coming into the film industry at a very interesting time where movies like Dil Chahta Hai were at its inception.
See, those were waiting to, you know, it is waiting to go in that direction. Because the thing is that, like I was talking to Farhan Akhtar, you know, there was always a time with films, you know, how when there's sudden changes, you know, then from the entire 60s, 70s, I like to say the older films, 40s, 50s, which is the black and white era and whatnot. Then you had 60s, where you started getting a little more youth and that kind of stuff with Tisri Manzil.
Right.
That kind of thing. Going into the 70s.
60s was Devanand's era, right?
Yeah. And then the 70s, where you had, you know,
Rajesh
people like
Khanna.
Rajesh Khanna who were like superstars, Amitabh Bachchan, you know, even one of my favorite actors, Jitendra. I've seen all his films. I've seen his film 4 times, 8 times. And
Which is your favorite?
Oh, Farz. Film's called Farz. I've seen that I don't know how many times.
Okay.
People laugh at me, but I love it.
Why do people laugh at you?
You know what I mean? Poor guy was never given his due, I feel. You know, he made
As
so
an
many.
actor.
Yeah, he wasn't given his due and he's made a lot of hit films. Yeah. So all his songs, Mast Baharo Ka Main
He came
Aashiq
around
Mein.
that time, no? Jab Amitabh Bachchan was at its peak. Then a lot of people probably...
Yeah, so anyway, so basically that. So, and then it changed. You know, then you got into that whole 80s, 90s thing where when... I mean, not Haywire, but this different kind of era, you know, thing. Then you had Rahman come in with Roja, which was like the first thing where you heard. Or even before that, 1942, A Love Story.
Yeah.
You know, where Pancham Da got his aesthetic back into the, you know, music scene and unfortunately passed away.
Right.
Then Roja came out straight after that. And then you saw that, oh man, there are some people doing different kind of music. There's one guy at least doing music.
Yes.
But that was not going to become like the norm in Bollywood, no? Because there was still, Nadeem Sravan and all those guys who were doing their music.
A lot of dholaks in the 90s.
That is there, yeah. Then actually the thing is that Shankar released Breathless. And after Breathless, a lot of people got attention to what we were doing, because at the same time, the album of Dust came out. And that song, that became a very big hit, Hindustani, So we got a call, Shankar got a call from Vinod Chopra, not knowing that three of us are composing. He's saying that, I'm doing this film called Mission Kashmir. And I've got to admit, a lot of people have recorded this song and I've rejected it. And there's a song called Dhuan Dhuan, and he's saying, here are the words, I'm, giving it to you all, you'll see what he came on. He came into the studio and freaked out when he heard that song, because it covered the right emotion and it had the right amount of cinematic, the cinematic strength in it, where, he could just imagine his visual with the thing, and then he said, you guys are doing my whole film.
Okay.
And then we had some big songs in that.
Yeah,
Bumro. Then we had Chupke Se Sun. That is another big song.
Yes.
Rin Poshmal. So that album did very well, in fact,
Yes.
And as we were finishing up the background score of Mission Kashmir was when the album of Dil Chahta Hai released.
Right. This was 2001.
Yeah. And then, when Dil Chahta Hai came for the first time on television, the first 6 or 8 bars, you couldn't hear anything, because those times televisions didn't have sub and stuff like that, no?
Right.
So you have this, in the player of the bass, doom, 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 doom.
Yeah.
And people are wondering, what is it? You're seeing these guys standing on this boat and you can't hear anything, till the singing comes in Dil Chahta Hai.
So on those television sets, you couldn't hear the bass?
You couldn't, including mine at home. I had one Onida television set and I couldn't hear that bass part, So everybody got worried, including the producer, Then, man, what do we do? It's not... He says, no, just let it be.
But I was listening to Mission Kashmir also. I felt like your guitaring skills really came out with Dil Chahta Hai.
Yeah.
And there are certain albums wherein, for example, Wake Up Sid is where I feel it's the guitar that's the superstar.
Yeah, that is, all the compositions worked around the guitar.
So how do you decide? Like, for example, Dil Chahta Hai, because it's young, it's fresh, so you bring out the...
See, the thing is, in Dil Chahta Hai, the guitar is also used not as an upfront instrument. I mean, like, say now, Dil Chahta Hai,
yeah,
there's all that, and you only hear the guitar, in this part.
Yes.
That part, that part. And where then you really hear it when the guitar solo comes in. That part.
Yes.
So, the thing is that we did that guitar solo, and the story behind that is also crazy. I didn't like that solo. I still don't like it, because there's some mistakes in it, and not everyone can hear it. But Farhan and Shankar and Lloyd just did not let me change it. They threw me out of the studio.
Okay.
They said, you just leave, go home. You're not changing this guitar solo.
Which, the solo that you're talking about is
this.
How would you have liked to play this?
No, I would have played it the same way.
Yeah.
But there's a double track which is slightly out, and I wanted to change that. Yeah. Then?
Yeah.
Then I can't go that around. This is acoustic.
Yeah. But this is how it sounds to me also. But you would have liked it.
No, I wanted to just redo the same solo. I told them, let me redo the same solo. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to just redo it. No. They still, and to date, they haven't let me.
Any other situation like that wherein you have won?
Huh?
You have won.
Well, couple of things.
I've read that you are the more objective guy there.
Very, very, very.
Right?
I'm the one who fights all the time. Yeah, I'm the one who fights with them all the time, because something sounds like something else. I will not be able to rest. I will just not be able to sleep, because it's just like, man, I can't take that kind of thing on my conscience that it sounds like anything else. And the point is, let's face it, you listen to so much music, once heard every kind of music. I mean, millions of songs. Somewhere things creep into your writing, songwriting, and then you'd feel that, oh man, this could be sounding a bit like that song.
Yeah.
So what I used to do earlier is, Lakshya Iyer, the singer,
Yes.
She's a very good friend.
Yes.
And so what I used to do is I'd call her, I said, Lakshmi, this is the melody, or whatever. Does it sound like anything else? She said, just let me think. Yeah, Ehsaan, it sounds like this particular song from this one. I said, yeah, that's where I've heard it. Let's change the part. And I'd go and tell Shankar and Lloyd, no, it doesn't sound like anything like that. I said, Shankar, I've spoken to Lakshmi, you speak to her and find out. Okay, we'll tweak it, and that's,
But in certain songs, are you also like taking inspiration where you deliberately put some part as a tribute or inspiration?
Not really. I mean, not really. I mean, things like, see, now from Wake Up Sid, that song.
Yeah. It's Kya Karoon, right? The starting.
Yeah, that song. Now the thing is, Ayan, the director,
Yeah.
the guy who's done
Yes.
War
Yes.
2,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
he played as a reference to us. He played as John Mayer's Heart of Life. I hate to see you cry. You know. Yeah, I can't play that. I mean, not kind of thing. But I was messing around with the guitar. Yeah, and so I came up with this one. You know, it's got that same bounce.
Yeah.
But it's not the same song at all. It's a different song altogether.
This also reminds me of Hey, Mr. Tambourine.
No, that's like chords.
The vibe
That's
of
different.
it.
Yeah, but it's got the same chakka 2/4 beat.
Yeah.
So that's when we came up with that song, you know.
Right.
And
Wake Up Sid has some very iconic guitar pieces, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Aajkal Zindagi also.
yeah, the Wake Up Sid is the other song. So that composition started with this.
Which one?
Na, 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 na.
वक्त है क्या तुमको पता है ना. This is the main song.
Yeah, that's it. Wake Up Sid, that's the main song, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that composition started with this.
Hmm.
But like if you talk about Wake Up Sid, there's a song called Aajkal Zindagi.
Yeah.
You'll recognize the song immediately by this, you know. So that's a nice thing to do, you know. where you
Oh, I
can-
have a question. For Iktara, did you play the guitar part or did
No,
you compose
that's not
the
my
guitar?
song.
Yeah, it's Amit.
That's not Amit
song.
Trivedi's song.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
there's
no.
some confusion
That's
out
Bapi
there.
Das, Sanjoy Das. He played guitar. on that.
And composed by Amit Trivedi.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there was this one song is Amit's Vesa.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it's not a very nice thing to do.
Uh-huh.
I'm not talking about him, but whoever, you know, putting another song, because
Yeah.
a lot of people think we've done the song.
Yes.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
really sad for Amit. It's not
Or
correct.
the vice versa, which is even worse. Which is for them to think it's Amit's
Yeah.
album. So Amit was upcoming at that point. Yeah. Even yes.
Yeah, in fact, I was at one of these school things which I'd gone for. This was in Dasua, Punjab. And the kid band that went on the stage played this song. So I asked them, you know, after the show, I said, was the song given to you all to play? Or do you all... No, sir, we listen to the song all the time. This album we love, Wake Up Sid. And these are like, you know, 10-year-old, 11 years old. It's so nice to see that, you know, you feel that there is some hope for music, good music, you know.
Yeah.
You know, now say that song called Life is Crazy. That started with the melody. And then I came up with this part as an intro.
It starts with Aajkal Zindagi, right?
No. This is from Wake Up
That's a
Sid.
different song.
Ooh, na, 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 na. Yeah, the la, that song. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then you have this middle
So
part.
so then, you know, that song originated from the melody, and then I started adding all the guitar parts around it. Some tunes originate with the guitar part.
Which, for example,
The full Rock On album.
Oh yeah.
The full Rock On album started with the guitar part.
Yeah. My God.
You know, whether it's
You said somewhere that if the day you die, you would not want Kholo Kholo instead Rock On to be played.
maybe, yeah, I must have said that. Yeah, Kahoon is like, it's everywhere. Every sad video that I see on social media has got.
But Kholo Kholo is big on keys, I heard. It's not as big on the guitar.
No, there's one little guitar part in between.
Right, yes.
That part, yeah, that's
Yes,
all. Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
What happens to you when you hear people ruin your guitar intros?
Well, they'll learn. Actually, they'll learn. Because very often, you know, I do comment on people's things, you know.
Yeah.
But then I see, you can make out sometimes when the person's a total beginner, then it's
Right.
better to just like, you know, let them be.
Yeah.
But if somebody's like putting on like a lesson and playing it wrong, then I tell them, you know, that don't do that. You know, that this is wrong. You know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people play Kalhona wrong, you know.
Okay.
Is it? This is the chord.
What chord is this? What do you call this
A
chord?
minor ninth.
A minor ninth.
You know, so a lot of people do that. And a lot of people do.
This is your C, right? Normal C, then you go to... What is this, G?
G. It sounds completely wrong and bad, Suddenly that melody sounds like it's got no depth in it,
So you go from C to A minor, ninth, not your usual A minor also,
Yeah.
because
That's
wow.
Loy. Loy came up with this chord. And when he played it, this chord, it was just so magical,
You guys made it in like 7 minutes, I've been told.
This song, yeah.
Javed
Completely
sir
ready.
too.
I mean, I walked in and I came up with this part.
Wow.
And Shankar came up with, that.
Wow.
And that whole song. And then the antra, we were just literally, I played a G chord and then Shankar started singing the antra.
Just
Magic.
flowing.
That was magic. It was magical.
It's one of the most iconic.
It is, man. It is absolutely.
Up there.
Really.
I want to talk to you about Mitwa.
Uh-huh.
I know there's a iconic intro to that also. Yeah. Oh, transports.
Yeah.
But this song, I don't know what is about this song. It keeps growing. This was 2005 or 6 when it came out.
Yeah.
So we do these jams where we said Mitwa is a song that kills every time, especially the sargam part.
Yeah.
Especially so sometimes I wonder whether sargams were put in there just to spice things up.
No, see, that's I would say that's a song with the Sufi thought.
Yeah.
It's not Sufi music. There's no music called Sufi music, by the way.
Yes.
So it's got that Sufi thought.
Why do you feel the need to like justify?
No, because every time, into Javed Akhtar, there's no music called Sufi music.
Right.
I said, okay.
Right.
It's a thought.
Yes.
It's a thought and it's a worship. So then
Right.
So basically this tune when we came up with is we weren't getting ideas. We were in Goa composing the music for this film. We had just done the title song. And then Goa took over, the laid back Goa summer. We weren't getting any ideas and we were really feeling bad because Karan Johar's taken us to Goa and spending all this money. And we haven't come up with any ideas, except for the title song.
Okay.
So we took a break. We had lunch, we took a break. So let's relax and meet at about 5 o'clock again. So I was just lying there and I had I always record ideas on my phone. And that's when I came across this part. This part.
With
only
the words.
This part.
With the words.
No words. I just sung that. And there was no guitar also. I was sitting in the car.
Okay.
In traffic recording it. And I played that to Shankar. Shankar said, man, I think that can make a really good tune. And then this intro and all I did in Bombay. But the rest of the melody, we composed that. All that,
Yeah.
And then...
Then you decorated it.
Then the song we started decorating and Karan said, let's keep it very guitar heavy, so there's all the rock stuff in it.
I always wonder that John Mayer actually said this thing wherein he said that I'm the biggest enemy because I have my own feedback loop going on.
Yeah.
Which tune will I say this is compose worthy and this is not? I come in the way. And what if people might like it eventually? How do you decide just listening to that part that this can make into a song? While others, I'm sure there are hundreds of...
No, you kind of... it's a feeling, it's a mutual feeling. When three of us working together, it just, man, I think this is it. This really works. And everyone reacts the same way to it. In Karan, even when we did Kholo Kholo, everyone's reaction was the same the first time we heard it.
But they must be listening to the longer parts, right? You just heard this.
No, just that much. Because Javed Saab said, no, Mitwa. As soon as that Mitwa came, you knew that the song was going to be catchy.
It's a click moment.
Yeah, and it just so happened that then when we were there, we were watching MTV or Channel V, and we saw Shafkat singing that song called Aankhon Ke Sagar with his old band called Fusion.
Le Doobe Hame.
Aankhon Ke Sagar. It's the same key only. We did it in the same key.
Oh, he sings really high.
Yeah, we did it in the same key on purpose so that, he could sing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He must have taken your 2-3 semitones to upper karke then...
No, we did it in the same key. The
same key.
Yeah.
Wow. I also want to talk about one of the other iconic songs.
Sorry, we're meandering from the song
that you're asking
sir.
I love it. So, I want to talk about O Rangrez. It's one of the more spiritual Sufi thought.
Yeah.
But it is Sufi, Rangrez.
Yeah.
And the idea behind it.
Yeah, see, the thing is that song was not supposed to be in the film. It was not supposed to be in the film.
Okay.
But it just came out. I just came up with this idea,
There is a intro to this also.
Yeah,
right?
now that was put later.
Okay.
So now I sent this. I sent this to Shankar. And then he took it. And then I came up with.
You've come up with this part. This looks like.
I mean, both of us. This
but
song
that
was
too-
composed across WhatsApp. You know that, no?
You have those voice notes.
In fact, I was looking for it
When
today.
are you planning to release some of them?
No. In fact, I was trying to look for it today. I couldn't find it. It's on some other drive somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have some voice note which?
I've got a couple for
Which
Razi.
then became
one for
a,
Razi.
Which one? Which song?
For Razi, the Dilbaro song.
Oh, do you have the?
Means you don't want to hear it. It's so bad.
But
Yeah.
it'll be so good to hear.
Yeah. So anyway, so
Dilbaro is iconic.
Rangrez, after we did,
Yeah.
when we were in the studio, then Rakesh just loved the song the minute he heard it. He's saying, let's put it in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it into the film.
Acha.
And then the thing is, I always do that to first find out what rag Shankar is using and then use those notes to create a guitar part. You know, and this worked absolutely
So
fine.
which rag is
For us,
Rangrez?
I have no idea.
But yeah, that's the intro.
You know?
Wow. And he shot it later.
Yeah. No, he put it just on the... Yeah, he shot part of it.
Yeah.
It is not all sync or anything. It is just them walking around.
There's no lip sync.
Yeah.
It's all in yellows.
Yeah. So the thing is, here I try and think, when I'm thinking of the guitar part, I'm thinking of maybe Santur, you know? You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, but I'm playing it on guitar.
Wow.
That is the idea, you know? So to get that kind of feel. So then the guitar, it just starts sounding different, you know?
It's very interesting for me that when then you come back and do Rang Dena and then you do that.
Yeah.
Because it's very ragish, it's very classical.
See, what happens is that the influences rub off on each other. You know, now the thing is, most people ask Shankar that, you know, you do the Indian part for this.
Right.
But the point is, one has heard music, you know, like you've heard, I've heard Kajra, Mohabbat Wala, all those old songs all the time, you know, the old songs is constantly played. So a lot of that is kind of, you know, ingrained and like somewhere sunken into your system.
Yeah.
And you can come up with parts like that, like, you know, like for example.
That's Kajra. Wow.
Sorry, that. So I came up with that part, you know, but Shankar told me how to play it so that it sounded more Indian, you know. And then we told the mandolin players and the guys to play that on top, sitar and whatnot.
Right. Oh, so the choice of instrument made it more Indian and classical.
And the melody I came up with.
Wow.
Even this. That from Mahi Way.
Oh yeah, Oh.
The music part in between.
Oh, okay.
So I came up with that. You know, I came up with that, and then we translated.
Yes, absolutely lovely. Wow. And then there are certain. Another thing about Rangrez I was observing was that the melody of it and the lyrics, what is being said, goes so well together. When "Oh Rangrez tere rang dariya," and then "Doobna hai bas
that is also
tera."
that is Prasun Joshi's magic.
And then when it says "Naina," there is a feeling of. So what came first in this
the
case?
melody. It was the melody.
The melody came first. Yeah. And then it was Prasun. I think that's a harder task to do though.
Yeah, man. Right? But no, it works in both ways. Prasun works both ways. He likes to write first and come up with the thing first.
In any case, have you also come up with like some words, dummy lyrics, they say?
All the time. Kajra line, Shankar came up with. As
while
a
he was
saying,
Okay. And what's the story about that Mera Yaar, wherein he was just randomly...
he was imitating some singers from across the border.
Which one?
No, I won't do that. Not anyone in particular, but he's doing that thing, and he just said, "Na-na-na-na-na-na-na." So why do we have to get anybody from there? Right. We've got so many good singers here. I said, 100%. Yeah. But I said, what is that melody you sang? I said, let's record it.
But who sang it then?
Then after that, of course. What's his name?
Javed Bashir. But Javed Bashir.
That time. I mean, that is he was in town.
But that's the irony of the story, right?
Yeah.
That it was eventually sung by a... Wow. So in this, that chapak element.
Yeah.
And then the guitars are... how does that interplay?
See, the thing is that once he came, Mera Yaar, as soon as he came up with that, I said, I can play like a again, keeping in mind the way those Qawwali songs and all are. You have a thing going on, like a hypnotic kind of thing going on in the back. That's where I said, let me come up with one line that keeps repeating, and then which will open up in the chorus, which that Alfa Allah part. Then the Alfa Allah part, I said, let me do the same thing, but I'll keep changing the chords. So,
Yes. Yes, and there is that chapa.
It's got a nasha, So it just keeps going like.
But I have seen that with a lot of your songs, wherein you use a particular guitar part which keeps on coming.
Yeah.
Which song? Kholo Kholo is.
Kholo Kholo, yeah.
Major example of this.
Yeah.
You want to tell me something about Kholo Kholo?
Well, actually, that song, we had composed that song for the, that scene where Darshi leaves the school and he wanders around and he falls asleep in a bus.
Right.
Yes.
Which
Sapna Jahan. Then they use another song which Adnan Sami sang. Yeah, Sapna Jahan. Now this
Mera Yaar, sorry.
Mera Yaar, correct. And this song was meant for that situation.
Oh, that he's discovering the world.
Yeah. So we made it more like a fantasy, but Amir wanted it a little laid back. So that was, he said, let's go with that song. And this song was maybe not going to be used in the film.
Right.
So then after, when Amir was editing the climax of the film, the art competition, he just said, what's that song that Shankar Ehsaan Noorani had done? It's Kholo Kholo. And he, of course, he remembers words and all very well. He doesn't forget anything. He just placed the song there and it fell into place. The whole scene came into, all fell into place. The song and the scene.
And the song gives spaces for people to show their characters also.
Yeah.
Right. And it also goes on a journey, right? I mean, that's what I was thinking, that just this part binds everything together.
Yeah, it's based around this song.
And then he goes, Khul gaya, whatever he does, he has to come back to this. Wow. And it's all very intuitive, right? I mean, why it fits into the situation so well. You don't think of the situation, then come up with this, no, right?
No, in the sense, no, not the lick. But Shankar said, let's go with acoustic guitar and let's give it that kind of feel. Now, now if you hear Razi, there's a song in that which is the Razi title song.
Yeah, Agar Dil Razi, right.
Then the song. Now that was written first on electric guitar. And both Meghna and Karan felt that, the electric guitar is making it too heavy. Let's switch to acoustic. Suddenly the song blossomed,
Right.
So that's the way, the same thing with this. So let's go with acoustic. And because this could easily be played on electric guitar,
Yeah.
It'll be a lot more heavier and, stuff like
that. Yeah.
But this gave it that lightness.
Right. And then the innocence of the child in that sense. Wow. But what if, like, for example, tune like Dawn, right? In that case also, there is a more deliberate attempt to stay and make it sound a certain way. To make it sound that Midnight Madness.
Yeah, the whole Dawn, that whole James Bond kind of thing.
Yes.
That kind of, let's face it, Dawn is all in that area,
Yes.
The soundtrack especially.
Yeah.
So now we knew we had to do.
Right. That was
so based on that, Loy came up with this part. Actually, first he did.
Okay.
Shankar said, let's change it to,
Wow. That makes all the difference. Or maybe because now I've heard it 100 times. So.
Now the thing is that when you do films like this, you have to get into that headspace. I'm not saying I should become a Don, but I'm just saying you get into that headspace, that refer to all the spy films that you've seen, all the especially European cinema, a lot of European thrillers have this kind of music,
Yeah. Have you played guitar on the Gulmil Gulmil?
Yeah, that's me only. I came up with that.
Melody also? Yes. Wow. It just brings a relief when you've heard something.
This is that Irish.
And then he has sung it. Loy has sung it. I just met a girl.
He's acted in the song also.
Yeah, of course. This has got a very.
This is very Irish. Irish music, country music is the combination of blues and Irish music. That's how you got country music.
So, for a person like me, and I know there are many like me who don't understand the nuance of blues and then what brings in a jazz. Like, we are happy with our triads. So, if you have to tell me, this is blues. Because I know blues comes from pathos and sadness and B.B. King and those are the champions of it.
Yeah.
But if I have to hear it, like, beyond our... So, I know a sargam. I'm a simple guy. No,
Yeah,
sare gama pada nahi. But then, what are those tweakings that makes it? Oh, now it's
blues
a blues.
is basically a very simple form of music. It's just got 3 chords.
What are those 3 chords?
A,
E minor, E major,
A7,
A7. Oh,
B, you know.
that A7 suddenly switched. Yeah.
Now this is very slightly more modern than
Right.
the traditional blues that you'd be thinking about, which used to be sung in the
Yeah.
cotton fields and all that.
Right.
That was like, you know.
So BB King, Thrill Is Gone is all
No. This
slightly
is,
modern.
is slightly more like, that's more like from the 40s and all. But blues, the originals, must have started in the 1800s when all the slaves were brought across from Africa. Now, which is very interesting, is that a lot of, if you hear a lot of this Tuareg music which I was talking about from certain parts of Africa, it sounds very similar to the blues that we hear later. So that's probably the origin of the blues. You know, they took that music across. They were probably singing in whatever language they sung in, Swahili or whatever, which slowly turned to English as the generations, you know, changed.
Got it. Okay.
So that it's a very interesting story if you want to know that. The thing is that, like the Americans who brought the slaves across from Africa used to consider all the drums and all that, which are the African drums, devil's music.
Okay.
You know, so
Why?
No, because it had the sound of tribal mystery. You know, like mystique.
Okay.
So
they were scared of that voice.
No, that it sounded like devil's music, you know, like it's very, you know, it's what's been ingrained into people also, you know, that
Understood.
the bongos
Yeah.
and, you know, it's all jungle and fires
Oh,
and,
that way.
you know, that
Yes,
kind of thing.
Yes.
So they were not really allowed to practice that kind of music. That kind of music.
Americans
so
were not.
Yeah. So they started doing the blues, which is like melodic and, you know,
More percussive.
not more percussive, just like guitar and singing.
Oh,
you know.
I thought of blues. Dung,
Yeah.
dung, dung.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, singing. I mean, so the thing is that if you hear the blues, there's a lot of meaning in the words that are written there.
Yeah.
Now, there's a song called Stormy Monday.
Okay.
It says, Eagles fly on Friday and Saturday I go out to play.
Okay.
Eagle flies on Friday means on Friday we got paid by the dollar with the eagle on it, no?
Yeah.
And Saturday I go out to play. I go out and enjoy
Because
myself.
I got my money.
Because the whole week long, I'm completely jacked. You know, because I'm treated so badly as a slave. So that was their protest.
I said the eagle flies on Friday. Saturday I go out and play.
Wow.
And the, you know, American whites at that time didn't realize that all their music
Yeah.
would come from that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I heard BB King for a while, and then I realized, and I just felt that he can almost talk through his guitar. Whatever he's playing is a conversation.
Yeah.
And a similar emotion. I'm not equating, but I'm saying it's similar emotion I felt when you play the Maa Solo. It almost feels like you're trying to say something with the guitar. Do you also feel that?
Yeah. But like say when I played it, it just came out.
Hmm.
You know, I played it and then Lloyd put the chord changes at the back. Simple, yeah. See, the thing is, what happens is that sometimes you play a repeating line. I've used the same rhythm pattern, yeah.
Right.
It kind of
Came
gets
back.
you, you know,
Resolution.
something gets you. Now from here, I've changed.
Now you're taking me somewhere else.
Yeah. It's a little journey you can see happening, you know.
Yeah.
And this I've just indulged. Blues, you know.
Yeah.
Now that's BB King. You know,
Wow.
that's gospel guitar at the end of it, the gospel style of playing.
But it somehow intuitively fits when you do that end that high part.
Yeah.
It just feels like the sadness is at its peak
Yeah.
now for that kid. Wow. Anything about that song? I absolutely love that.
Well, that song, you know, we composed it. This song was Amol had come up with the idea of putting Mahan there, you know, when he gets parted from his mother,
Yeah.
from his parents.
Okay.
And
I will not go into who
he
was
said, I
directing
wanted
at
it-
that
he
point.
said, I wanted, yeah, no, that was, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said that, you know, I want the words to be very simple. As simple as blue, blue, baby blue, you know. I mean, there is a song called Baby Blue in the West. I don't know. But that is the kind of line. And I came up with that melody. Blue, 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 baby blue.
Oh.
I came up with that, you know. It was never going to be an English song. And then I came up with the da-da-da, da 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 da. And then it just went and developed.
You have to
and developed.
ultimately come back to
Yeah.
Blue. Who gave them these new words?
No. Then Prasum came up with the main words. Tujhe sab kuch pata hai na ma.
Yeah, but there is this certain simplicity about the lyrics also
Yeah.
in this case.
And then for the Antara, Shankar really pushed it hard.
Jab bhi,
Real, like pushing the emotion there. Like just protesting.
yeah.
And these chord changes also very dark.
What is that? A sharp?
A flat.
Wow. It makes you uncomfortable, which is what I love.
It makes you uncomfortable. That's the idea, yeah. And that's the scene when he goes into the bathroom. I think he starts crying.
Yeah. And then the solo comes in. Wow. I've seen those videos where you are playing the solo.
Yeah, I
and
played
people
in
are
the beginning
cheering.
of the song.
What a success for guitar and what a success for
I'll tell you,
solo.
every day, swear, every day I get some guitar player sending me a clip of him playing this. Right or wrong or whatever, but a clip.
Wow. How do you feel about this?
It feels lovely. It feels lovely. It's a nice thing. It's good to see that you influence somebody in the right way. That's the thing. Play something with feel. And that's it. I hear many different versions of the song. There are a lot of people who do different versions, a cappella.
Any other songs that you want to talk about? I feel like there is one iconic riff with Agar Main Kahoon, right? But just me, yeah. Wow. And again, it just loops in, so you can create an entire experience of this. So lovely. Again,
Actually, I thought that song is similar. This song called Achhi Lagti Ho from Kuch Na Kaho.
That's you have composed this for which one?
Tata. Na 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 na. Achhi Lagti Ho.
Agar Main Kahoon.
Yeah.
Wow. He observed that you're wearing colorful socks and he asked why.
Oh, those are my antidepressants. I've stopped taking antidepressant tablets, so now only wear socks which make me happy.
That makes a difference.
Yeah. No, I like to see when my shoe. I look at my socks, I feel happy, man. That's all color and
Wow.
This is still sober. I don't like things with cartoons and all. And once I happened to perform for the one of the ministers, the president of India or something in Delhi, and I realized that I had packed the wrong pair of socks.
Okay.
I couldn't go back to the room. It was too late. I mean, they were unmatched. So I'm sitting there at the Taj Palace performing for whoever, not the president, somebody else, some big short thing. And you can see, if you see it on TV, one sock is like green, one is red.
You have to tell us what show is. We'll take out the footage.
I can't remember, man. It was like a morning thing. I remember with NDTV or one of these channels, CNN 18 or something like that. Yeah.
Antrikshar has another question, which is which riff took you or which melody took you the longest?
In terms of composing a song?
Yeah.
Well, see, it depends. Like I said, some tunes are magical, like the way we did, Kholo now. Rock On again took 4-5 days only. That's it. 4-5 days with all the recording.
Yeah.
The dubbing, everything. It was just
4-5 days.
Yeah, it was like done like a band, We recorded like a band.
But to come up with those
We composed like a band also.
What's the difference in that
See,
approach?
the thing is that normally we program and you do rough thing and then you'll dub live drums and all. Here we got Darshan to set up the drums in the studio. We got Adi, the bass player, to play. I was playing guitar, Loy was playing keyboards. And that was it.
Jam it out.
Jam it out. We did all the songs that way.
And lyrics?
Huh?
I mean...
Lyrics and Javed Saab wrote later.
Later. But you were going dummy.
Yeah. Wow. In fact, one of the songs on that album is like a tribute to Black Sabbath called Zerile.
Zerile, yes. Yeah.
All very, very dark. Actually, Rock On, the guitar solo that I played in this is a very funny story, actually. And, I was going to get one of these proper rock guys to come and play, the metal guys who play and shred and, Rhythm Shaw and, these guys who are like big cats. But I'd put on all the rhythm parts and all that, and the engineer said that since we're plugged in, just play something rough. I played that solo in one take, and I've never been able to play it again.
So we can't ask
I
you.
can't. No, I can't play it. I just can't play it because it is just. It's not my style of music. First of all, that it's shredding and
So
all.
you went into the zone.
I just got into the zone, and in one take, I nailed that song.
Hmm.
That thing. Then Shankar and all came and said, "No, man, we're not changing this.
Which solo is it? So we know which.
It's all." And the thing is that we had to explain to Javed Akhtar what a metal song would be like. What would they sing about?
How is it like?
We told him that metal is all about like the devil and dark and like macho and like Vikings and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so he said, let me think. He said it's a very tough one because I played him some stuff. Like I played him some Iron Maiden and all that, the kind of words and all. He said, no, let me think. And I thought he came up with Zerile, which is a really good, valid kind of thing. Rock On was very difficult I wouldn't say it's very difficult for him, but if you think about it, there's no situations in the film, no? This is a sad song, this is a happy song, this is a item song, nothing like that. It's just songs. So he had to write like somebody who's like in a college band, And that's how he came up with the words like Meri Laundry Ka Ek Bill, Meri Jane Ka Ek Packet, and stuff like that.
How's your association with Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra?
Very good, man. We've had real fun. We did, of course, see, we used to work with him when he used to make ad films.
Yeah.
So from
He's
then-
an ad guy.
So then from there, he always told Shankar, I'm going to do a big film with you guys, how people say it.
How did you feel when he gave Rang De Basanti to A.R. Rahman then?
No. That time we didn't, no thing.
But you guys came with Bhaag Milkha Bhaag.
Suddenly one day he called up saying, I'm making this film and he's saying, we heard the script. It was beautiful. Milkha, you can't sing. So, but he hadn't got an actor yet as to who was playing it. And then we did a second reading and he said, I found the actor. He says, guess who? So Shankar told me also, guess who? I said, no idea. Farhan's playing Milkha Singh. I said, oh, wow. That's going to be something.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, he said, I don't want the music necessarily to be old. Of that time, the 1960s, 40s. Naturally. So we met in the studio and he gave me like the situation and he came up with this one line only. He said, Prasu's come up with this one line, Koila Kala Hai. And I literally picked up the guitar and came up with Koila Kala
Yeah.
And then we moved backwards. And we were once shooting for the World Cup, De Guma Ke, that song.
2011.
Yeah, and I was standing on stage.
De Guma Ke.
Yeah, I was standing on stage doing this. I was just fooling around on this. Shankar said, keep this idea, we can use it for something.
Wow.
It became the intro of Zinda.
Zinda.
Yeah.
Again, heavily played by guitar players.
Yeah.
Right?
And then the thing is, this melody is almost like a very pop punk kind of melody. Like you can think, na, 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 like a Green Day kind of song. But then we slowed it down because it needed more of the push,
Right.
Then we came up with the song.
Wow. And then that riff goes perfectly.
And
with
then it goes to Zinda, that whole part. And in between we did what they call the gent kind of music, which is very, very arithmetic, like, very, very rhythmic and stuff. Like we did that middle part.
Right.
So a lot of the rock guys and all were khush, that this has got like, gent kind of chugging, what do you call chugging? Yeah.
Bhaag Milkha Bhaag is such a complete album. You have Rangrez, Mera
Yeah,
Yaar,
it is.
and then Zinda.
It's a beautiful. I think it's
going
one of
in
our
there.
best albums.
But I really want to talk about the lesser talk part, which is the Broken Souls. It just breaks you, honestly, when he has to. That whole situation itself is so emotional.
Yeah.
But he's sitting on that train which is passing from
Yeah.
and coming to Delhi. Then what's the idea behind that? Because you know that you cannot stick it to a particular instrument or a situation.
Yeah.
It has to weave in the entire movie.
No, I got this idea, in fact, sitting at home. Literally sitting at home. And I started singing out this piece just in my own head. Again, recorded on my phone. I don't know. I can't find it. It's not. I look back where I only got it till about 2017, not before that.
Should organize all of this.
Yeah. That's on some other drive again.
Yeah.
It's got the original writer for where I sing ta da 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 da.
It's got that feeling where you can look at the ceiling and then lose yourself. Then after that, once we got into the studio,
I found this sound, which is the duduk, which is that
Yeah.
Armenian instrument.
How did you reach to that part of the world to get in this?
Well, the thing is that I find with a lot of these kind of films, which are like, the full border, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, a lot of the Arabic instruments work very well.
Okay.
Now there's a lot of, like, if you even hear what they use in Bhangra, they use the algoza. That kind, it's very similar to an Arabic instrument called the zurna, which is used in Syria and Egypt.
Right.
You will hear that in a lot of their music, that kind of thing. So it goes on repetitive,
Yes.
So we thought we'd use that instrument would really work well. So we said we'll work with an Arabic instrument. And this thing really got the poignancy and the heaviness of the situation of these people crossing the border, on top of the train.
Yeah. And then him going back.
Yeah. There's another scene later which comes towards the end when they go to Pakistan.
Yes.
When he's going to run against, what is that guy's name is? I can't remember.
Abdul Khalik.
Yeah, Abdul Khalik, yeah, correct. And basically what we thought is that, we could have easily done it with orchestra, ba, 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 with brass and all that. But that would have made it too joyous, because it's got a certain celebration to it with those instruments. So the next best instrument that we thought, where we start with this duduk, and then we bring in something like, rock guitar.
Right.
Like you hear Santana and stuff like that, like tunes like Europa and all. In an instrumental thing, that guitar's got so much emotion, it makes you cry,
Right.
So then it really worked beautifully, because once those gates open and, the thing comes in, there's a plane flying from the top, dropping all those leaflets for the Khalik race. And, he comes out of the car and stuff like that. It would just work like superbly,
Yes.
And that guitar really wails, I played it that way,
Yeah. पर अब ये इलेक्ट्रिक गिटार में बज रहा है क्योंकि एक हिम्मत, एक साहस चाहिए अपने डर को फेस करने के लिए.
And Rakesh was thrilled, because he's seeing this whole background score emerging for this film, which is taking the film into a contemporary area. For a, what is a period drama, being taken into a contemporary area just with the sound that we're using. It is pretty much the way Peter Gabriel did The Last Temptation of Christ, using that kind of film with this modern kind of music in the back, or not even more global sounding music in the back.
Right. And then it all builds up. And he reaches to the place and then cries. And therein, you've carefully not put any background score. जब वो अपने घर पहुंचते हैं तो कोई ड्रामेटिक आवाज नहीं होती है, सिर्फ वो और रोने की आवाज. I have to ask you, apart from your guitar work, people in Bollywood work that's happening around, which like an album which you've heard, that or some other composer that has taken the scene forward with his guitar solos in Bollywood.
Well, actually, the thing is that, we use a lot of guitar up front. Because naturally, because being a composer and a guitar player, that's more the kind of sound that I'd look for. Not for everything, naturally. But actually, frankly speaking, with the other people's work, I've not heard guitar being used that much, like, in terms of... I've heard few things here and there. "Ae Dil Mushkil" had some song which had some guitar solo in it, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But otherwise, not really, up front.
Yeah. Have you heard the Rockstar's album?
Well, I've only heard it in parts. There is a lot of guitar in that.
Yes.
I don't think in terms of... I think more like in terms of rhythm and that kind of thing.
Right? There are solos because the person is a rock star. Okay.
Because Rockstar, I've just heard that one song, that Fayakun, that's like the song from the album,
Yes. Yeah. That's it's not very guitar heavy, but it takes you, and again something similar in your repertoire also, wherein you bring these soulful tracks. About Lakshya, in that warfare scene, you had used a particular sound in the background which you've reused, right?
No, see, the thing is that that the theme from Lakshya, one of the themes which we use in the background became Rock On.
Right.
This part.
For the when he's running up.
When he's climbing up the step. When he's climbing up the cliff.
Yes.
The cliff thing. So then it was slightly different. with an echo and a dun 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 dun.
Was it deliberate to use it, like later reuse it?
Yeah, and then so when we did this, it really worked with the scene, and then we.
Yeah, I did it.
That's the way it is in Lakshya.
Yes.
Now the thing is that when we were doing Rock On, Shankar suggested let's do a title song. So okay, whatever title song. Then Farhan suggested let's use this, the guitar part, and I changed it to. Yeah, the whole song fell.
Any other example where you've like kept something but then reused it or brought it?
Well, yeah, we've done it a couple of times. I mean, for example, Dil Dhadakne, the song from Zindagi Na Begi Dobara is actually a song we composed for Karthik calling Karthik.
Yeah.
It started with the same riff. No, yeah, and then the words were in English at that time. Na 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 na. You gotta change, you gotta know. Because Farhan is this dual personality in the film, no?
Yes.
So that's what you got to change, that kind of thing.
Wow.
But then they dropped the idea. It was getting too much to have that many songs in the film.
Okay.
And then we said, let's call it up for Zoya's film.
Right.
And it worked beautifully. And the way she picturized it was also beautiful.
Yeah. Even so that takes me to Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara and the whole album. Ude, I think. Which is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Zoya's choice, really. She's so into different kinds of music. I mean, she doesn't like techno and that kind of thing. She likes like rock and she likes good, cool music.
Right.
And she loves all this world music kind of stuff. So she said, let's do a bossa nova. So we did that, And really, it just kind of falls into place.
Wow.
One of my visuals in my head is of three of you in Doob Ja Mere Pyar Mein.
Oh, yeah.
How do you decide or when do you feel like, oh, we would like to be a part of this song?
Well, we've never really specified that we want to be part of a song. But when we did Doob Ja Mere Pyar Mein, it was very interesting because with the record company at that time, that was the first time they gave the rights of the song to a composer.
Okay.
Anyway, that went away after that. I won't even get into all of that.
2007.
But that's when we figured that the song would need a video. Because it's a promotion song. And the song became a very big hit.
Yeah.
And I believe the people and the film it was not in the film, not even in the end of the titles or anything like that. So I believe people who saw the film got very pissed off that, that song was not in the film, at least towards the end titles and stuff like that. But we had a lot of fun doing it, and it is the video is really well shot.
Loy also got his screen time in Wulu Wulu Wulu.
Yeah, he was
and but we have not seen you in.
I was in Mission Kashmir, Rind Kosh Mal, as part of one of the band.
We'll find that frame and put it.
You'll see me jumping up and down. Yeah.
Shankar keeps appearing. Shankar is there.
Shankar does. Yeah, he's also acted in a couple of Marathi films.
Wow. Yeah. I love the antara of Mast Magan when it transitions into that, and that was a point when Arijit was just coming into the. I was sitting in a theater and then Mast Magan played and it's fine. Mast Magan, it has got that dhuni to it, but then Nasha, as you said. But then the other part, when then it takes you somewhere else.
Yeah.
Wow. Any story about that?
Well, that is just like it's something that just came naturally. Literally, I played like an E minor chord, and Shankar started singing this melody. In fact, that tune, Mast Magan, it just fell into play. It was like Kholo Kholo. He just picked up the mic and started singing.
Right.
And this one was there. Amitabh was in the studio. He said, let's make the hook line Mast Magan. Actually, that entire album was great fun doing also, man. Because even the song Chandanya, that came out with literally, Shankar picked up the mic and he started doing that Chandanya.
There's a riff in there.
And I came up with this.
If you play this, people will recognize it's Chandanya. That's a success.
That's the thing, no?
Even for Lochai Ulfat, right?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, the.
Yeah.
That's
what keys are in here? That is a very good album. In fact, that album, the entire album was a hit. Every song charted.
Yeah. Uff also.
Uffo, yeah.
Uffo.
That's all the rock which I heard growing up. That's like very 80s rock. That whole thing.
Yeah, which, and again, Joey was saying very rightfully that you've brought all these sensibilities and open gate
Definitely,
for
yeah.
so many, and credit where due. Because you're more of a back end guy in that sense, right?
Yeah.
Then people have not seen you and appreciated you enough visually, I'd say. And you must be contented with it, or are you?
Well, it all depends, man. It all depends. Film is film.
Right.
You got to know that you're just part of it.
Yeah, but I feel like now when I see those reels where you're playing the Maa Solo and everyone takes a pause and appreciates it,
Yeah.
it's a success on a lot of levels, not just for you as an individual,
Yeah.
but it's a success for guitar in general.
No, that's true. In fact, it was very nice. After Dil Chahta Hai, Kholo Kholo, 2-3 albums, I met Bhupinder Singh ji, there's a meeting, something for one of the Performing Rights Society or something. And he came up to me and he gave me a big hug, Said, मैं इतना खुश हूँ कि आप वापस गिटार को लाए, गाने में, हिंदी गाने में, where it's really upfront. It's not just an instrument. Like he played on चुरा लिया है तुमने जो दिल को. All those solos and all he played. Or the way Dilip Naik played on Tisri Manzil.
Right.
All those things. There were times when the guitar was upfront. Then it kind of disappeared in the 80s, 90s,
Right. Again, just coming back to that question, that there is this, I think it was Anupama Chopra's, where the round table that you had with Vishal, Shekhar,
Right.
And Amit was also there. Wherein I think this question was asked कि जब जाएंगे तो कौन सा गाना बजेगा, right? तो वहाँ पे you said कि नहीं कल होना हो नहीं मेरे में rock on. But do you have now, with more years now ahead, do you have a song?
Not really, man. Not really.
Which you love to be remembered by?
Actually, being remembered by and all that is like a bit crazy, man. It's very, very thing. It's kind of very self-centered for me to say, I want to be remembered that. The music is there. If people remember it, good. If they don't remember it, I'm not going to be around to know whether they like it or not. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that music will go down. There's a lot of those songs will go down. It's part of Bollywood history today.
Yeah.
To have, Dil Chahta Hai changed the face of Bollywood in many ways,
Yes.
Film-wise, music-wise, everything. So even now when we perform those songs, people just love it like the first day that they heard it.
Yes.
Any part of the world,
Wow.
So that's very, very special.
The onus is on probably fans like us who have to...
No, and the onus is also on people like Farhan who, encourage this.
That way, yes. But to remember you and remember you in a certain way is now our responsibility. More than it's yours. Because I have also, when I was turning up for this interview, preparing, and I had asked people, I'm going to interview Ehsaan. Oh, who's Ehsaan? Haven't you heard Shankar Ehsaan Noorani? Oh, aren't they one single guy?
Yeah. A lot of people think that way.
Abhi to, well, we are way past that. It's an internet age, yaar. You can't tell me Sachin Jigar is same guy, Nadeem Shravan. Ho gaya. Abhi. So, of course, for that, I imagine more of your shots where you stand on the stage and play some solos and then people remember immediately, oh, ye to wo wala gana hai. And that will be a sight to watch. Yeah,
I need those kind of films and those kind of songs, to happen.
Yeah. Do you think you're like...
Well, it all depends. Like we're doing a Malayalam film right now, but that is of course like a different kind of thing only, but very nice.
Right.
But few songs, just 4 songs. And but in terms of the whole thing in Mumbai, the whole Bollywood thing, one's got to make films like that,
Right.
You need a Farhan to make a Don to be able to use those kind of stuff. Because he'll give you like, like when we heard, when we were doing the background score of Don 1, when Shah Rukh and Baman are having this fight on top of this bridge, he had cut the entire piece to Bramstein, that song called Ramstein. Ramstein, it's like a heavy rock song, and it's like slow. Normally a fight sequence would be like, he cut the entire thing. And that was very tough for us. I said, man, how do we do the background score using the Don theme? Because the Don theme's fast. So we did,
I made a heavy...
Yeah, that kind of thing, we did it like really slow, heavy. I layered like 4 tracks of guitar,
Wow. Thank you, sir, so much. It was a
My
huge
pleasure.
privilege
My pleasure.
for me to do this. And I have this is a responsibility on me that whenever I hear some of your work, I have to go and publicize it that this is done by you. And this was one of that attempt for me. And I'd hope I'd find more people. For example, I'm getting in touch with Clinton.
Yeah.
Again, heavily underrated
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
sense.
He's done a lot of work with us.
Yes,
a lot of
Wake
work
Up
with
Sid
us.
mein he was
Including
there,
chorus arrangements and all for Dil Chahta Hai.
Yeah.
All that he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I've also shared a playlist on Instagram a couple of days ago, which is the SEL guitar songs that I like very much.
Yeah. I saw it was in
Yeah.
the story even yesterday.
Yeah,
I put it up in the description.
There's a
also.
film called Katti Batti, where there's a song called So Aansu Roye. Just hear that song. It's like a White Snake kind of rock ballad,
Okay.
That kind of thing. That was a reference that was given to us by Nikhil. I wanted like a rock, like one of those rock ballads, and I'm very happy with the guitar solo I played in that.
Yeah. Just what's ahead now, like for you?
Now, well, we basically we finished this Malayalam film, and we're having some meetings and stuff like that.
Understood. But for you, like for you
for
now,
me, it's like I'm still
a
sitting.
60-year-old rock star from India.
I still sit every day and like I'm practicing jazz, and for me, my guitar thing continues.
Yeah, I've seen like you upload these reels
all the time because
in a way democratizing.
Yeah, for me,
your
man. It's just like some people told me, man, why do you share all your stuff and all?
Okay.
Why do you keep it? I said, what do you mean keep it secret, man? If I can't give it to somebody else to do something with, it's like not correct.
It wasn't this way hamesha se, right?
No,
like
that's why music is supposed to be shared. Yeah, I'm not got any copyright or anything. It should be shared.
Yeah.
So and in fact, the thing is, those ideas which I get, I make a video of and put it onto Instagram so that I can remember it. I can refer back to it later and say, oh man, what is that? Sometimes I do that.
Right.
I've forgotten what I've put and I go and hear this again and I work it out all over again.
Right.
So it feels really good.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. So I go on Instagram live, which I've not been doing much. But, during lockdown, I was doing it for 5 months, So a lot of talent there. And all these guys are like now.
They've made a group also.
Yeah. EFAM. Yeah. And a lot of people of those guys are like actually doing albums. They've done albums. They're performing. Superb to see that, man.
Wow.
That's my responsibility as a music composer. It's got to go beyond just like, doing music, getting paid for it.
Right. Right. It's a movement which you've got to lead.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ehsaan.
Cool,
Thank
my
you.
pleasure.
Did you enjoy the conversation?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a bare minimum you could say. Thank you so much.
I made a lot of mistakes playing up. Please edit all those out.
Okay.
Sometimes you can't remember the part, no?